What's up guys, Conrad here with another video, and today I'd like to talk about The Last of Us TV show, which is based on a highly acclaimed video game, which I'm a big fan of. But funny enough, I've never actually played it. I watched it on YouTube in its entirety, from beginning to end, all the gameplay, all the cutscenes in between, so I know what we're referring to. And for the most part, it's a very faithful adaptation, which is hard to do because most video game adaptations, the films just suck, especially, Max Payne. But in this case, you can tell that a lot of passion was involved in making it. It was with the right hands, with the right director, creator, Craig Mazin, who created Chernobyl. And the actual creator of the game is heavily involved with the show, so it's in good hands, and they don't want to mess it up. So it pretty much nails the tone and the atmosphere of the game, which I'm very happy about. I was cautiously optimistic about it. So overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's high up there with other TV shows, such as True Detective, Breaking Bad, Squid Game. And it's definitely not easy to capture the tone, the atmosphere, and get audiences as invested with the characters as they were invested in the game. Of course, it's not a perfect show. Of course, they have to cut a few set pieces to move the story along. There are a few things I would have liked to have seen in the show, such as when Joel is trapped in the bus and it's flooding and he's almost drowning and he has to survive. I thought that would have been very interesting to see a live action version of that. But it's so good that a lot of the scenes in the game in the show look exactly as it did in the game. The locations, the set pieces, the characters, the way the characters dress. I'm trying to dress a bit like Joel right now, actually. Mainly these characters from post-apocalyptic series. When there's a zombie apocalypse, there's always a Southern father who wears a denim trucker shirt. He's got a shotgun in the back and he's got to defend his family against zombies. And I like that the clickers, the zombies, the infected, are not CGI. As far as I know, they're practical effects. So people in grotesque makeup and costumes, and they're actually doing those scary, awkward walks, and it just makes it so much better, so much more immersive and scary, just like the video game. The action is a bit different. So in the video game, it would have been much more frenetic, intense, brutal, graphic. It's all guns blazing. Very quick, very fast. In the show, it's more grounded, a bit more stripped down, and more realistic. So Joel would take cover, shoot, take cover, shoot. That's how you would deal with such a conflict in real life, rather than just go out all in, because in the video game you have the freedom to do that. Could there have been more action scenes? I guess there could have been, but in this case, they wanted to focus more on the story and the drama and the character development. But they could have taken more time to explore. We need more attachment to these characters. Could have taken more time to explore the world and let the audience develop more of a natural attachment to these characters. So it felt like a little bit rushed towards the end. They had to kind of speed along just so they can get through the scenes of the video game. So if they'd taken 1 or 2 more episodes to really hone in that character development, I think that would have put the show on another level. Because Breaking Bad, that's a whole different thing. That took way more seasons and was way longer than this show, but you felt that attachment to the characters because you grow along with them as the story progresses. But it did a good job with the amount of episodes it had. The casting was good. Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie. They did very well, I have to say. They got the essence of the characters down, and they brought their own personality. It's hard to, you can't really compare it exactly with the video game version because those are CGI characters. So the real life actors have to bring their own portrayal. And so they're not going to be exactly the same. They don't look exactly the same. Joel's daughter in the show looks nothing like the one in the video game. But I wouldn't have it any other way because she is so good as that character. So there are a few changes they made, which I'm fine with. So there are 2 episodes which focus on the backstory of 2 particular characters, and it dedicates the episodes to their personal relationships rather than the story at hand. So at times it felt a bit woke because one episode focusing on Billy, the survivalist who meets another survivor, and he develops a romantic attachment with that other survivor who happens to be a man, and Ellie, who develops a sort of a romantic friendship attachment with another girl who happens to be a firefly. So they're all survivors, and it focused on those relationships, which are very well done. Very heartbreaking, very emotional. Were they needed? Well, if you're going to dedicate 2 whole episodes to those relationships, then you might as well broaden out the whole season. Why not? But it felt like those episodes were made purely, well, not purely, but kind of for the purpose of getting more attention for the award season. I mean, this is going to be like, this is the kind of narrative, oh, Hollywood's going to love this, so we're definitely going to get more awards for this show. It's not just a zombie survival horror. It's a drama. It's romance. It's very progressive, and because it went a little bit woke, but it was very well done. So, it is what it is. I like that they kept the same music from the video game as the same composer. So they got the feel down of the whole game. Overall, it's just a great drama, great story, and recommend you check it out. So do I look forward to this season 2? Well, here's the thing. The second video game was very controversial. So I suppose they're going to make some of those same decisions in the show. They're going to make a faithful adaptation, which got a lot of people upset. Not everyone is happy with the second video game. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it looks like they're going to make a second season. Hope it does well. I'll probably check it out. But in regards to this season, I'm happy they finally did a good video game adaptation. Could have been better, but it's the best we can hope for thus far. So, yeah, check it out.